Good morning, students. Sairam. My name is Mamta Mishra, and I'm going to take your next unit of your physical education, which is based on yoga. Children, what do you understand by the yoga? You will say that it is a type of exercise which make you physical and mental fit. Yes, it is, but it is only the few thing about the yoga. It is only one phase of yoga which you are aware nowadays. Nowadays, we are just aware about the asanas, pranayam, and meditation. So, these are the only few parts of yoga. Children, yoga is a healthy way of life. It is most important for everyone's life as it is help in balancing the relationship between the body and mind. It is a type of exercise which help in learning physical and mental discipline through the regular practice. It is originated in India long years in ancient time. So it is originated long year in ancient time. So the ancient peoples, the purpose of that time people having to connect themselves with the God. So their purpose is to connect themselves with the God, with the divine energy. So for them, yoga is the one of the path through which they can connect themselves with the God. So you can understand that it is just not only about physical and mental health. So it give you the powers to connect yourself with the divine energy. So in earlier time, people used to practice yoga for ultimate purpose of connecting themselves to divine energy or to get moksha. So there are many types of yoga. So yoga is the path for them by which they can connect themselves with the God. So there are many types of yoga because there are different types of yoga people. So that's why there are also different type of yoga. According to their nature and requirement, there are different types of yoga. But the aim of that all the different type of yoga is to connect themselves with the divine energy. So what are the different types of yoga? There are Raj Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Gyan Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Karma Yoga are the different types of yoga. Now let's see a table of this type of different types of yoga. You will understand more clearly about them. So children, branches of yoga or types of yoga. Different kinds of beings are there, so different kinds of yoga are also there. So what are the different types of yoga? Children, first is Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga is the process to purify body, mind and soul by means of applying the force. It is physical yoga or the yoga of posture. Then Bhakti Yoga, yoga of devotion. You can take the example of Meera. She has done Bhakti Yoga towards the Lord Krishna. Then Raj Yoga, it is a deep observation and correction to gain complete control over all the physical and psychological activities and attain perfection. So Raj Yoga and Hatha Yoga is very similar to each other because in Raj Yoga also there is a perfection, attain the perfection in mind, body and soul, and the purpose of Hatha Yoga is also to purify the body, mind and soul. Then next is Gyan Yoga, yoga for wisdom or knowledge. Then the Karma Yoga, the path of service. You can take the example of Mother Teresa. He has done the Karma Yoga. He has done the selfless action for the good, for good of other. So there is no self. So there is selfless action in her work towards the poor. Then Tantra Yoga, it is a path of ritual. So these are the different types of yoga. Children, nowadays we are doing the practice of Hatha Yoga because Hatha Yoga is based on physical yoga or the yoga of posture. So nowadays we are doing asanas, pranayam, meditation. So it is the type, nowadays we are doing the practice of which type of yoga? Hatha Yoga, which aim is to purify body, mind and soul. Children, let's see the parts of Hatha Yoga. Nowadays in the modern time we are practicing the Hatha Yoga. So let's see the parts of Hatha Yoga. Children, these are the parts, limbs, you can say, and its process and its effect. So let's see the limbs, the process and the effect of Hatha Yoga. Children, the first limb of Hatha Yoga is Yam. It is the process of social discipline. Its effect is better character and conduct. Then the second part is Niyam, and its process is individual discipline. Its effect is better hygiene and dedication. Then third limb or part is Asan, which process is physical control, and its effect is better health and strength. Then fourth limb is Pranayam. Its process is energetic control, and its effect is experiencing the life force. Then next part is Pratyahar, sensory control, and its effect is focusing the conscious mind. Then next part is Dharana, and its process is internal concentration, and effect is control of memory recall. Then next part is Dhyan, and its process is total contemplation, and its effect is stoppage of the thoughts. Last part or the last limb of Hatha Yoga is Samadhi. So Samadhi is the aim of Hatha Yoga, in which is the process of dissolution of the ego, and its effect is realization of the self. In this the person get realization of self, then the person connect itself with the God, and in this the person get self consciousness, pure consciousness, then the person is able to connect with the God. So children, these are the parts of Hatha Yoga, but nowadays we are just only aware about the asan, pranayam and dhyan. Dhyan is meditation. So asan is physical control, pranayam is energetic control, and dhyan is internal concentration. But if we follow all these steps of Hatha Yoga from the starting one by one, yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi, then we will get a complete holistic health. Children, so yoga works on all the aspects of the persons, the physical, vital, mental, emotional, psychic and spiritual. So yoga provide us complete health, not only physical or mental health, it provides us physical, vital, mental, emotional, psychic and spiritual health also. So children, nowadays the world level event is celebrated every year called International Day of Yoga, in order to increase the awareness of yoga benefit among peoples all over the world. So 21st June every year we are celebrating International Day of Yoga. Let's see the meaning of yoga. What is the meaning of yoga? The word yoga means unity, oneness, and it is derived from the Sanskrit word yuj, which also means to join. Here you can see three different words: unity, oneness, and to join, which show the purpose of yoga. The purpose of yoga is to join ourselves with the divine energy, which means to join Jivatma. Jivatma is here we are human being with the Paramatma. Paramatma is here God. So by the spiritual way, yoga is the purpose of yoga is to join ourselves with the divine energy, which means to join Jivatma with Paramatma. Jivatma is the individual conscious energy. So we are the individual conscious energy. Human beings are individual conscious energy, and Paramatma is the total unconscious presence, which is generally terms is called it as God. So God is a total unconscious presence around us. Hence, the practice of yoga lead to find out your origination in God action. So this is the meaning of yoga by spiritual way, and on practical level, yoga is means of balancing and harmonizing body, mind, and emotion. So by the practical point of view, yoga is mean of balancing and harmonizing body, mind, and emotion. So let's see what is the importance of yoga. Yoga is a way of living whose aim is a healthy mind in a healthy body. So yoga is a way of living whose aim is a healthy mind in a healthy body. If a person is healthy by the body but its mind is not healthy, then the person will not call a healthy person, because both should be healthy. Your mind should be in a healthy condition, your body should be in a healthy condition. There should be a harmony between mind and body, then only your body will called healthy. If your mind is not healthy, your body is healthy. Your body is representing that you don't have any illness, you don't have any physical problem, but your mind is not good, then you will not call a healthy person. Same as if your mind is healthy but your body is not healthy, you are suffering from various disease, you are having many physical issues, then also you will not call a healthy person. So yoga is a way of living, so whose aim is healthy mind in a healthy body. So it create a harmony between the mind and body. So it provide you a healthy mind in a healthy body. It is an art which connect our body, mind, and soul. So here again, art yoga is an art which connect or whose aim is body, mind, and soul in a connection, in a one connection, which connect body, mind, and soul. According to medical scientists, yoga create balance in nervous and endocrine system. As you know, nervous system and endocrine system is responsible for the function of your body, which is right now going inside your body, like pumping of your heart, functioning of your lungs. So all these activities are done by your nervous system, and changes which occur in your body, it's done by the endocrine system. So according to medical scientists, yoga create balance in the nervous and endocrine system, which is directly influence all the other system and organ of the body, because nervous system and endocrine system is responsible for the function of your body, which influence the function of organs. So yoga create balance in the nervous system and endocrine system, which directly influence all the other system and organ of the body. Children, it is very important subject, as school is for education and helpful for increasing the capacity of their intellect. Same as practice of yoga increase their capacity of learning. Children, yoga is far from simply being physical exercises. It is an aid to stabilizing a new perception of what is real, what is necessary, and how to become established in a way of life. So let's see this diagram. You will now understand more clearly how yoga provide you a holistic health by social and spiritual also. Children, our body is made by the five kosh, or you can see our body is covered by the five layer. So first one is your physical body, by which you perform your activities, you touch, you hold something. So all this is done by your physical body. Then second one is breath body, or it's known as pranmaya kosh. It is an energy body. Then third body is emotional body, or manomaya kosh. It is mind, it is psychic body and having thoughts and feeling. Then intellectual body, or which is called vigyanmaya kosh. It is intellectual body, spiritual discrimination and wisdom. And the inner layer is your bliss body, or called Anandamaya Kosh. It is a body of joy and pure consciousness, in this a human is interact with the God or connect directly with the God. So these are the five layers by which our body is made. So other asanas only mostly affect our three layer or three bodies, which is physical, breathe and emotional. But other exercise mostly affect only physical, but yoga is the affect all the bodies, all the layers of your body. It affect it physical body, it affect your breathe body, it affect your emotional body, intellectual body and bliss body. So it's not only provide you a physical and mental health, it provide you a holistic health. So here is the holistic means physical, mental, spiritual and social health. Children, let's see what is difference between yogasana and other exercise. Children, yogasana improve the blood circulation fully because it's having variety of postures like forward bending, backward bending, stretching, twisting. So it improve the blood circulation fully, while in other exercise it improve only some extent. Stress that is stored in the muscle is released fully, while in other exercise it release partially or sometime adversely. In the yogasana it have variety of exercise, while variety of asanas, variety of postures, while in other exercise it have repetitive actions without much variety. Yogasana having many variety of postures, many variety of exercise. It having sitting, lying and standing postures which are present in plenty, while in other exercise having most of the exercise in the form of standing posture. In the yogasana, body become flexible and adaptable because of stretching, and in the other exercise body become tough and rough because of strengthening. The other exercise is most based on strengthening of body, while yogasana is based on stretching. So in the yogasana the body become flexible and adaptable, while in other exercise body become tough and rough. In yogasana no age restriction as such is there because of slow movements and having a variety of asanas which is divided into according to age group of people. So there is no age limit, every age person having a can perform yogasana because yogasana having a variety of asanas, while in other exercise there are age restrictions because of rapid movements. In yogasana there are rules to be followed about food and its consumption, while in other exercise there is no such rules of food and its consumption. In yogasana, concentration, awareness, and peace of mind increase gradually, while in other exercise only concentration may increase, not the other two. Other two here is awareness and peace. So because yoga having various part like asana, pranayam, meditation, mudra, which help to increase the concentration, awareness, and peace of mind. While in exercise, other exercise, there is a limited form of exercise are there which only help to increase the concentration, not other two, awareness and peace.